I sold my Watch 6 Classic to buy this watch. And this watch is probably the best smartwatch deal you can get in 2025. Well, this is the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7. And I know before all of you guys call me an idiot, let me explain why I did that. Yes, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 looked absolutely perfect. It was probably one of the best watches that I have bought when you talk about the smartwatches industry. But when you talk about the performance, probably the worst smartwatch that I have used till date. And no, I am not shitting on a watch that is so old. During its time, it was a perfectly smooth watch. But in 2025, that watch has started to show its crack. One of the main things that a lot of you might notice if you use the watch is when you wake the watch up from the always on display, there's this slight delay. And I know a lot of you would say, what are you going to do with the 1 second saved? True, not much, but it is still noticeable. And if you're like me who has used Apple Watch for a very long time, you're going to realize that there is this snappiness in Apple Watch that the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic really struggles to compete with. So I decided to surf Flipkart, and specifically Flipkart Minutes. If you don't know, that's a platform where you can get something in 10 minutes. So I find this watch, I say, no, the Watch 7 is not a good watch. Yeah, that is what I've been saying for all this while, that I don't like the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7 because it looks like a typical smartwatch. It's only available in smaller sizes and it does not have that big of an improvement that I would want from a new smartwatch purchase. Well, fast forward to today. This watch has been serving me daily and I have been really impressed. Now let me tell you how I changed from non-believer to believer in the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7. For that, first you need to understand at what price did I get this. I got this at 17,000 rupees. Now do note, this is the LTE version and not just the Bluetooth version. That means this watch can have an eSIM in it. Cool, right? Yeah, so this watch is available for 17,000 for 44mm LTE version on Flipkart right now. And you can get it in 10 minutes, which is, I find it very cool. Now, when I got this, one of the major reasons why I got this watch was for performance improvement. And a lot of Reddit forums would tell me that that improvement is incremental at best. Not at all true. Having compared these side by side, right now I don't have my Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic because I sold it, but having compared and experienced both of these, I could tell you the performance difference is night and day. Post updates, probably the experience had changed for a lot of those users that had commented earlier on the Reddit forums. Today, if you actually compare the Watch 6 Classic and the Watch 7, you're going to see noticeable performance differences. Specifically, when you talk about the very fact that the Watch 7 has the same processor that the Watch Ultra has, and it costs way more. Now, when you talk about that, you realize that the Watch 7 starts to look like a great deal. Moreover, it is way more modern than your Watch 6 Classic. That means you're going to get more software updates. Not just that, if you actually experience the screen and UI on the Watch 7, even though the displays are same in both the watches, the tuning and just the experience and fluidity, you're going to see a vast difference. But hey, smartwatches are just not about the smart features. How about health tracking? So, the Samsung Watch Ultra, which is the epitome in Samsung's books when it comes to a smartwatch, uses the same sensor as well as processor as the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7, which means you're going to get the same level of accuracy that that watch gets. And it's the best of the best. So obviously, the accuracy is really good. One of the major things that you will experience beyond the accuracy part is the ease of wearing the watch. The Samsung Galaxy Watch 7 is comparatively much lighter and much easier to wear on your wrist while sleeping, which is not the case with Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. It feels heavy, and as amazing as that beautiful rotating bezel is, it's a real problem when you're sleeping, because sometimes if your face hits your face, if your hand hits your face really hard, you're going to get a good bruise. Nonetheless, It is a beautiful watch, I will concede to that. Now, finally, why is it the best deal that you can get in 2025? Because the OnePlus Watch 2, which is, well, longer lasting, has dual band GPS, has a very nice watch like finish, and moreover has better materials. Why would you not get that, and why would you call this the best watch deal of 2025? But for a very simple reason. Even though OnePlus Watch with its dual processor is, something that lasts way longer, it's still not as accurate as the Samsung Galaxy Watch. Moreover, the ecosystem is not as robust. When you talk about the Samsung Health app, it's actually a great health app. It does not require me to constantly check 2-3 other apps, because that app has everything that I need for it to check. The O Health app that the OnePlus Watch has, comparatively, is still in its nascent stages. It still needs a lot of work. So when you talk about the ecosystem, the updates, the UI, right? Because the Watch 7 is going to get the Watch UI 8 much faster, One UI 8 for watches much faster, it's going to get a better user interface much quicker. And yeah, this watch is surprisingly quick in its functions. So you are going to have a better experience. Yeah, I know a lot of this video is me trying to explain to you that this is better. But should you buy this over the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 or 8 Classic? Well, if you're in a hurry to buy this watch right away, yeah, right, if you want a smartwatch right now, this is probably the best deal you can get. If you can wait, or if you have a little bit of higher budget, then I would suggest you go for the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. If you can, be okay with the design of that watch. Why? Because that watch currently is available on Amazon for about 34,000-35,000, which I think is a great price for that kind of a watch. But if you're dead set on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8, 8 Classic, or those kinds of design and don't really want to go for this watch, I would suggest wait along. Most of the time, Samsung watches lose their prices in 3 months. The next big sale, you'll see that the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 and 8 Classic are down to probably just, 30,000, 35,000. And that is where that slope starts. And after the next watch is released, you're going to get a bigger discount. So it depends on where you're going right now. But if you want a similar experience to those watches, if you want that smoothness, that UI experience, just like those watches, I would suggest just go for the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7. It is a good deal. I personally use it. It's also my daily driver, so I can vouch by it. And if you have any other comments or questions related to this watch, do comment down below. I'll try and answer you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one.